What's up, guys? It is Chris back with another watch video, and today we are looking at the C60 Trident Pro 600 from Christopher Ward. Before I get into it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. So Christopher Ward lent in this watch to the channel for review. I have been wearing it over the past month or two, and I have to say I have been very, very much enjoying it. Christopher Ward were always on my radar as a micro brand that I definitely wanted to review or own one day. And since they lent this into the channel, I have been wearing it as much as I can because Christopher Ward have rapidly become one of my favorite micro brands over the past few months. This is, as I mentioned, the C60 Trident Pro 600. It's 600 meters water resistance. It's 40 millimeters, 47.5 millimeters lug to lug, 12.95 millimeters thick, 600 meters water resistance, so that thickness is actually pretty thin when considering. All stainless steel construction. This is the blue version, so you have a blue dial, blue bezel. That bezel is ceramic. Let's listen to some of the action. Some of the best bezel action on any watch that I've had on the channel. Really, really solid. Sounds great. That bezel is lumed. You have lume on the hands and the indices, of course. And you have the light catcher case. Really beautifully finished case. The profiles on this case are amazing. There are very, very crisp transitions from brushing to polishing. There's bead blasting. The back of the case is stamped. You have a trident on there. It's absolutely gorgeous. The bracelet is incredible. You have quick release here. A lot of other brands do this, but not at this price point. This is incredible. It's very, very smooth. It works very, very easily. Flip lock. Everything is finished beautifully. Just really, really nice bracelet. Screwed in crown, screwed in case back. Of course, that crown is deeply signed. Just a very, very interesting, very nice package that they've put this in. This watch goes anywhere from $900 to I think around $1,000, depending on how you get it. It's actually, I think, less than $900 if you get it on a strap. And they always have sales. So if you want this exact watch, recently I think it was around $890 on their website. They have a whole bunch of sales. They do them pretty often, actually, and definitely worth buying one of these when they're on sale. I think they're an excellent value at their regular retail price, I have to be honest. But as I mentioned, I always like to not pay retail, so I would definitely wait for them to run one of their sales. Usually they're always offering like $125 off or 15% off. There's always something going on. Obviously, you get a sapphire crystal, anti-reflective coating. The lume on here is excellent. This almost won my Lume Wars. It held its own against some other micro brands who really put a ton of lume into their watches. And this has X1, GL, C1, and it's tons of it. So we will do a lume shot, of course. Sellita SW200. This is a Swiss-made watch. So a lot of positives. The specs on this is incredible. It's just a really very, very, very well-made watch. Now, I'm going to throw it on my wrist so you can see I have a 7.5-inch wrist. As I mentioned, this is a 40 millimeter watch. Pretty nice, tight lug-to-lug of 47.5 millimeters. Today, I am wearing the Bulova Surfboard Chronograph A. This is also a watch that's on loan from Bulova. Just a beautiful chronograph from Bulova, limited edition, automatic chronograph. On the more expensive side, but a very cool watch. So, as I mentioned, I have a 7.5-inch wrist. And I also said I've been wearing this a lot. It is a very, very comfortable watch. It feels very, very well made. On par with watches that are a lot more expensive than this. So if you're buying this watch and you're paying it around $800 to $1,000, depending on what version you're getting, I would say this definitely is up there with brands well above its price range. And it definitely goes to bat with brands like Hamilton, Certina, and Tissot, especially Tissot. I think the quality here is better than your C-Star 1000, one of my favorite watches, definitely when you're considering the bracelet. So with every watch, there is some drawbacks. Now, one of the drawbacks on here is that you have push pins. The push pins are actually pretty hard to actually adjust. They do offer an adjustment that they'll do when you order the watch. You do get that quick release, so that's an added bonus, but a lot of brands are offering screwed links. I would like to see screwed links in this. Even though you get that quick adjustment is awesome, so that if you do get it, down to a very, near as make no difference to your wrist size, you have about 4 or 5 millimeters of adjustment in here. It's actually almost a whole entire link of adjustment space that you have in this bracelet. So pretty good. I mean, it's really something that you definitely will utilize, especially during changes in weather and things like that. So, as I mentioned, 7.5 inch wrist. You can see it fits beautifully. It's just a really nicely made watch. Now, are they a micro brand? That's a really good question. I get that a lot. Technically, I would say they are no longer a micro brand. They're sort of a major brand. They come out with tons of new watches. They have a very distinct brand DNA. Their watches look very, very similar from watch to watch. They have a very controversial positioning of the actual brand name, the logo there at 12 o'clock. Then you have the brand name, Christopher Ward, at 9 o'clock. A lot of people on the fence about that. I kind of like it. It doesn't really bother me. I see that there is sort of symmetry between the brand name, where it says automatic, and then the water resistance, then the brand logo, the brand name, and then the date. The date at 3 o'clock has a black background as well, by the way, against that blue glossy dial, which is really nice. Depends on if you like that. Now, they're making watches where the name is actually at 12 o'clock and it is centered. And I think I've seen through videos that I've made, people are more reacting to that and saying they like that better. But like I said, it's really up to the person who's purchasing it. If you like this, then that's fine. That they make watches that don't do that. That they have just the name at the traditional spot that most watches put them. So I think they're just trying to be a little different, but some people don't want that, and it totally makes sense to me. Just a very well made watch, a really beautiful execution. The finishing on the case itself is incredible. That light catcher case. Seriously, just a very, very nicely finished watch. The bracelet's very nicely finished. I would highly recommend this to someone who is looking for, an entry-level Swiss diver that wants something that's going to be reliable. You have an SW200, good-looking and well-made. Checking a lot of boxes, as I say, with a lot of watches. This definitely checks a lot of boxes for people. And it's a British brand. They really do. The customer service is really good. I really like it so far, and I do have to give it back. As I mentioned, I've been very, very, very impressed with this watch. Anyway, now to be impressed, I will do a quick Lume shot, and then we'll wrap up the video. But the Lume also very, very impressive. But let's take a look. So there you go. X1 GL C1 on those hands, indices, and the bezel. Very, very bright, liberally applied. It just looks good. It's just a very nice application of Lume. They've done a really good job with this watch. I think that they keep on refining it. And, you really can't get better than this watch in a micro brand sort of space. Like I just said, are they still a micro brand? That's really a good question. However, they have been making watches for quite some time now. They offer a lot of warranty. I think it's 5 years of warranty. Obviously, that is not something that a lot of micro brands actually do. They aren't going to be fly-by-night. If you buy a Christopher Ward, they're going to be here in 2 years. They're going to be here in 10 years. They're a successful brand. So that's always something to keep in mind. So there's all these little micro brands that are popping up. They offer a lot of specs for the money. The finishing is not going to be as good as this. They may not be Swiss made. But at the same time, will they be here in 10 years when your watch does actually need servicing? Maybe not. Again, it's all things that you need to consider if you're buying a watch. I have been very impressed by this watch, and I'm very sad to see it go. I really would like to own a Christopher Ward, and I think I will hopefully in the near future. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It does not cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on, and I will catch you guys in the next video.